Alrighty, folks. So MrBeast, the most popular YouTuber on planet Earth, is now under attack. Why? Well, because he gave charity to help a bunch of people who are deaf actually hear. MrBeast has put out a new video. He's the most popular YouTuber. He's put out a new video. In this video, he helps 1,000 deaf people hear again. He pays for the hearing. He pays for cochlear implants and stuff, helping deaf people to actually hear again or hear for the first time. That's pretty awesome, right? I mean, here's some of the video.
This is the first out of 1,000 deaf people that we're gonna help hear again. And she hasn't heard her mother's voice in 4 years. Can you hear?
I love you.
Next we help Kaylee, Sudi, and even entire families hear their loved ones again. But they are only a few of the 1,000 people that we are going to help hear again today. We got our hands on over $3 million of cutting-edge hearing technology that, unlike old hearing aids, analyzes people's specific hearing needs, allowing them to hear again without causing any damage.
Can you hear me talking now?
Yes.
Oh my God. Wait, he can hear me.
I'm going to cry.
Okay, that's great, right? Nothing bad about that. Oh, don't worry. In the world of the internet, everything is bad. Everything is terrible. So a bunch of people have now come out ripping on MrBeast. Okay, so the Redditors, they've decided there are many reasons why they are very, very upset at MrBeast. So some people will say, well, you know, when he gives charity, he's just covering for the failures of the systems. This is sort of the Bernie Sanders attitude toward charity, which is that if you help your neighbor, this is bad because really the government should be helping your neighbor and you should pay taxes to the government, you jerk. Stop helping people. It's bad. You know, the problems caused by capitalism are the... Okay, so let's be real about this. Those hearing implements do not exist without capitalism. End of story. So one of the people on Reddit was like, this came to a head with the recent stunt of paying for 1,000 blind people's medical treatment to help them gain sight. Looking at that, it's a very nice thing for somebody to do, but at the same time, it highlights there are many people going without things like available medical treatment only because they lack the resources to pay themselves, and there is no broader societal mechanism to help them. Wait, so me doing a nice thing for my neighbor is bad because there's no broader societal mechanism for those people to be helped by the government. So unless you're a full-scale socialist, you shouldn't give charity. And also, even when you're a full-scale socialist, you shouldn't give charity because your money should go to the government. These people are morons. Also, apparently, they say he's a for-profit charity because he presents himself as a philanthropist when in reality, he's a CEO whose business model is turning people in bad situations into a profit. So first of all, let's say that were true. Let's say that he put ads on this. So you mean advertisers want to be associated with a good thing? And then they want to pay him, and then he's going to use some of that money to do more good things? Oh, no. He's going to use his money to do nice things for people? Whoa, that's terrible. I, on a personal level, thank God, have very good cash flow. And I spend a lot of my money on charity. But according to these morons, if I make a lot of money and give a lot of my money to charity, that's bad because I shouldn't be making a lot of money. And MrBeast, if he's making money off of people getting the worms and fuzzies from this sort of stuff, that means he's a bad person. That means you're a bad person if you object to this. God, be honest with you. Also, he has specifically said that on these videos, he does not monetize them. That he does not try to make money off of these videos. Now, listen, I would have no problem if he did try to make money off of these videos because some of that money is going to go to more videos like this where he's helping 1,000 people here. But apparently, he doesn't want that sort of controversy, so he's not even monetizing these videos. So then they go to the indirect route. Oh, well, you know, this is making him more famous. And when you click on his videos, it makes him more money. And then he's using that money to help people, and that's making him richer. Okay, let me ask you a question. Here are the alternatives. The alternative is a rich person helps people, or you make him poorer and he doesn't help people. Those are the choices. There's no choice where you randomly make him poorer and then he spends all that money helping people. Because that's not how the world works. That's ridiculous. We'll get to that momentarily. First, as you know, as everyone knows, I am like top-notch dad. I'm like amazing at the dadding. I'm so good at it. And one of the things that I do as a dad, I have these giant pillow fights on my bed with all three of my kids. And I let them win, but let's be honest about this. I'm much bigger than they are. And, you know, there comes a point where you have to take control. You got to start, hitting kids with the pillow. That's the way it works. But my kids are always comfortable falling on the bed. Why? Because we have Bowl and Branch sheets. As you can imagine, being an incredible dad, it also makes me really tired. I like to sleep on those sheets. Bowl and Branch sheets are great. Bowl and Branch sheets are made from the finest 100% organic cotton threads on earth. They feel buttery to the touch. They're super breathable. They are perfect for both cooler and warmer months. Their signature hem sheets were made with threads so luxurious, 4 U.S. presidents have slept in them. Boll & Branch sheets actually soften with every wash cycle. They're made without pesticides, formaldehyde, or other harsh chemicals. Best of all, Boll & Branch gives you a 30-night risk-free trial with free shipping and returns on all orders. You're not going to want to return them. Get a better night's sleep with Boll & Branch right now. Get 15% off your first order when you use promo code Shapiro today at bollandbranch.com. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com. Promo code Shapiro. Exclusions apply. See site for details. By the way, I'm just telling you, Boll & Branch also, they make like amazing blankets. Like their blankets, they have an Afghan that's so good that literally when I travel, I bring it with me. That's how good it is. bollandbranch.com. Go check them out right now. Let's talk about the fact that when you are figuring out your career, you really have to build a skill set. Then you have to build a resume, and then you have to find a good job. And that's kind of hard. And if you're an employer and you're looking for a good employee, hard to find the right employee for that job. Well, we have the greatest job matchmaking site of all time. This, of course, would be ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps you find the most qualified people for your roles fast. Right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/dailywire. ZipRecruiter's matching technology helps you find the most qualified candidates for a wide range of roles. If you see a candidate you like, you can easily send them a personal invite so they're more likely to apply. Their user-friendly dashboard makes it easy to filter, review, and rate your candidates all from one place. Let ZipRecruiter help you find the best people for all your roles. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within day one. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/dailywire to try ZipRecruiter for free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/dailywire. ZipRecruiter is indeed the smartest way to hire. We've been using ZipRecruiter here at Daily Wire for literally years, and you should do the same. It'll make your employee base better. If you're an employee looking for an employer, go to ZipRecruiter as well. Find your next great job. ZipRecruiter.com/dailywire. It is the smartest way to hire. And then finally, the last criticism is, are selfless acts truly altruistic if you film it and want people to know that you performed the selfless act? And this would be sort of the Kantian argument is, oh my God, what's his intent? The intent is really the thing. Did he intend to be charitable? So first of all, you can intend to be charitable and do it publicly. It's actually kind of an important thing. So Maimonides has a hierarchy of the best types of charity to do. Number 1 type of charity you can do is give somebody a job. If you give somebody a job, according to Maimonides, this is the best type of charity. Number 2 is giving anonymously. And the reason that giving anonymously is the second best type of charity is because then you know you're not doing it for the credit. And then you get into like giving charity, but having your name attached to it. But there is a proviso. Okay, if you putting your name on a charitable endeavor causes others to give more charity, that's a good thing. So when we give charity, my wife and I, we like to give anonymous charity. Because, frankly, we don't care if our name is associated with it. We're not doing it for the claps and the giggles. We're doing it specifically because we want to give the money and we feel duty-bound to do so. Okay, but there have been situations where we specifically will give public charity because it encourages other people to give the charity. If you've ever been to a charity fundraiser, this sort of stuff happens all the time. I've emceed many charity fundraisers. When you MC a charity fundraiser, very often what you do is you'll do a fundraise at the end. You'll get up and you'll say, listen, it's time to give to X organization. It's for school scholarships. It's going to be a great organization. And I, as a famous person, I pledge that I'm giving $10,000 to this organization. How much is Bob giving? And then it turns out the people in the room are like, oh man, well, I mean, if he's giving 10, then maybe I'll give 10. If he's giving 10, maybe I should give 15. So if MrBeast goes out there and does a charitable thing, maybe it will cause other rich people to do charitable things. That would be very bad. Can't do that. Now, the reality is the reason so many people are hating on MrBeast on this particular score is because when people are very rich and very successful, there are a lot of people who hate them. That's number 1. But number 2, there is now ingrained in a lot of young people this weird idea that helping your neighbor on a personal level is a betrayal of the need for systemic change. The reason they think this is because so much of our philosophy now is driven by the idea that if you say that people can individually change their situation or change the issues of others, then this means that you will be redirecting energy from the system itself. This is the Bernie Sanders take. You give charity, well, you should be spending all the time and money that you're giving to the charity. You should be spending that on political activism to change the entire system. Blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe I don't think that the system is bad, number 1. And maybe number 2, even if I were an activist, I could do both. But I've noticed that there's a weird sort of reversal, which is that Bernie Sanders gives virtually no charity. That Democrats overall give very, very little charity. By every possible study in the United States, red state people who vote red give way more charity as a percentage of their income than people who vote blue. Why? Because people who vote blue are like, well, I gave it the office. And people who vote red are like, well, no, actually, my money doesn't even belong to me. It belongs to God. And that means a certain percentage of my money needs to go to people who can't take care of themselves. So which are the better people? The people who are like, I gave it the office because I made Bob give the money. And that was really the big thing, is I forced Bob to give the money. Or the guy who's like, you know what? I'm giving of my own accord. Much of that. You want to get to the Kantian, the sort of Kantian intent of it? Who is the better person by Kant's standards? The person who says, I'm giving money of my own accord because I think it is good to give money, or the person who forces the other guy to give money, or says, I'm giving money because I'm forced to by the federal government and this makes me superior. Again, this is all insane. I fail to understand anything remotely like why Mr. Beast should be criticized over this sort of stuff. He tweeted out, Twitter, rich people should help others with their money. Me, okay, I'll use my money to help people. I promise to give away all my money before I die, every single penny. Twitter, Mr. Beast bad. So first of all, I don't pledge to give away all my money before I die because I want my kids to have my money. Okay, I pledge to give away a large chunk of my money before I die, which I will, because I give away a significant chunk of my money every year. I give away a lot of my money. Not all of it, not 50%. I give a lot of money. And you know what? Good. Doesn't make me a saint. Makes me like a normal, charitable person. And that's a good thing. If Mr. Beast wants to give away more than that, good for him. But the fact that this is even controversial, what a gross society looks like is this. I mean, truly, a gross society looks like, here's a guy who's curing 1,000 people of their deafness. What a jerk. What a jerk. Well done, guys. Alrighty, folks, the rest of the show is continuing right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be getting into Chris Pratt being ripped up and down for, being a Christian. If you're not a member, become a member. Use code Shapiro at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans. Click that link in the description and join us.